Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we've got basketball, tennis, football, UFC, boxing, and F1 news. So if you do enjoy, please like it, and let's get straight into it. Do love them short intros. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So we'll start off with the tennis this week, and it was the Monte Carlo Masters, which both Djokovic and Nadal took part in. Djokovic won 2-0 versus Sinner to start it off. Nadal then won 2-0 versus Del Bovis to start off his tournament. Djokovic then lost 2-0 versus Evans, and Nadal won 2-0 versus Dimitrov. Nadal then lost 2-1 versus Rublev, and Rublev then lost 2-0 in the final versus Tsitsipas. I've said his name a few times and I don't think I've ever said it right, but him. So he won the Monte Carlo Masters, so congratulations to him. It was a big shock to see Djokovic lose versus Evans, but fair play to Evans, he seemingly did play well. But yeah, that is all the tennis news now. So we will move on to the basketball next. We'll leave football to the end because there's a big bit of football news, which will probably be the title and the thumbnail. But starting off, Chicago lost 121 to 117 versus Minnesota. Miami won 107 to 98 versus Portland. Clippers won 131 to 124 versus Detroit. Philadelphia won 113 to 95 versus Dallas. Lakers lost 111 to 96 versus New York. Chicago lost 101 to 90 versus Memphis. Clippers won 126 to 115 versus Indiana. Lakers won 101 to 93 versus Charlotte. Miami lost 106 to 86 versus Phoenix. Boston won 116 to 150 versus Portland. Philadelphia won 123 to 117 versus Brooklyn. Clippers won 100 to 98 versus Detroit. Chicago lost 115 to 106 versus Orlando. Miami lost 123 to 106 versus Denver. Boston won 121 to 113 versus Lakers. Philadelphia won 106 to 103 versus Clippers. Chicago lost 126 to 115 versus Memphis. Miami lost 119 to 111 versus Minnesota. Lakers won 127 to 115 versus Utah. Chicago won 106 to 96 versus Cleveland. Boston won 119 to 114 versus Golden State. And Miami won 109 to 107 versus Brooklyn. But yeah, that is it for the basketball news. Now we will move on to the UFC news, as there was only one kind of big main fight that I really got the results for, and that was Whittaker beat Gastelum on points. So congratulations to him. I think that's all that was really that big of a fight this week, but congratulations to him. Moving on now, we will go to the boxing news, and starting off, there is a big fight. There's two big fights happening this week, but it's just a date to start off with, and that date is Garcia will fight Fortuna on July 9th. Good to see Garcia back in after his really good win versus Campbell, and going straight back in. Well, kind of straight back in. He's going to fight again this year, which is good to see. But the actual fights that did happen this week are Jake Paul KO'd Ben Askren in round 1 of his fight, which is a big fight, and congratulations to Jake Paul as he's now actually beaten a proper fighter, and it'll be interesting to see who he's going to fight next, as Tommy Fury seemingly wanting to get involved. Nate Diaz might be, Dylan Danis might be, but you never really know with Jake Paul. Conor McGregor could, but yeah, like I said, you never really know. Moving on to the other bit of boxing news now, and Andrade beat Williams on points to remain WBO and world middleweight champion. So congratulations to him. That was actually a proper fight this week, and yeah, congratulations to him. Moving on to the second to last sport now, it is Formula 1, and it was the Imola Grand Prix this week, and starting off with the kind of race qualifying. Hamilton was on pole, Perez started second, and Verstappen started third. And then just in between that, there was some news that the Miami Grand Prix will be in the 2022 season, so that will be a new fight, new race, and it will be an interesting race to see. But here's the actual results of the Imola Grand Prix, and first place was Verstappen. Hamilton second after a crash, well, a kind of crash. Norris got third, his second podium in F1, and the big kind of bit of news really was that Bottas and Russell had a big crash and both finished last, This cost Russell his first F1 points, I believe, that he ever got, or at least he didn't get any last season. He could have definitely gotten some this last race, but he crashed with Bottas. It was unsure really whose fault it was, but they both kind of blamed each other. But congratulations for Verstappen, and Hamilton did a very, very good race, saying he did crash and go down to like 9th or 10th at one point. And congratulations to Norris for getting his second podium. Moving on to the last sport now, which is football. Like I was saying, there is some big news. You probably do already know it if you just seen on the news recently or the last couple of days. But we're not going to get straight into that. We'll start off with the results and stuff like that. Actually, first of all, just say new shirt that I got. England shirt, 1990s away shirt. Quite a nice shirt. Just wanted to say that. Anyway, starting off, Brighton drew 0-0 versus Everton. West Brom won 3-0 versus Southampton. Bayern Munich won 1-0 versus PSG, but PSG went through on away goals. Porto beat Chelsea 1-0, but Chelsea go through 2-1 on aggregate. Man City won 2-1 versus Dortmund, and Liverpool drew 0-0 versus Real Madrid, but Madrid go through 3-1 on aggregate, so that meant that the Champions League semi-final draw was PSG versus Man City and Real Madrid versus Chelsea. So heating up now definitely, and it'll be interesting to see what will happen. Moving on to Europa League now. Roma drew 1-1 versus Ajax and will go through 3-2 on aggregate. Man U won 2-0 versus Granada. Arsenal won 4-0 versus Slavia Prague. And Villarreal won 2-1 versus Dynamo Zagreb. And the Europa League semi-final draw will be Arsenal versus Villarreal and Roma versus Man U. Unai Emery going to his former club, and so that will be kind of interesting. But I think an English side definitely have a chance of winning this year. In the Premier League now, Spurs drew 2-2 versus Everton. Bayern Munich won 3-2 versus Wolfsburg, not quite in the Premier League. Newcastle won 3-2 versus West Ham. Norwich have been promoted from the Championship, so congratulations to them. Flick will leave Bayern Munich at the end of the season after being linked with the Germany job. That will be interesting to see if that happens. Chelsea won 1-0 versus Man City, meaning they go through to the final of the FA Cup. Wolves won 1-0 versus Sheffield United, meaning that Sheffield are relegated to the Championship. Barcelona won 4-0 versus Atletico Bilbao, meaning Barcelona win the 2021 Copa del Rey for the 31st time. Congratulations to them. Arsenal drew 1-1 versus Fulham. Atalanta won 1-0 versus Juventus. Man U won 3-1 versus Burnley. Leicester won 1-0 versus Southampton. And Inter drew with Napoli 1-1. And then here comes the big news now. I was kind of expecting that just to be the end of the football news. But the big news is a club Super League has been confirmed. And my opinions on that is I don't agree with it at all. I'm with the majority of the fans not agreeing with it. Just because of what it does, it's just all the rich clubs going off and spending all their money and just doing their own kind of thing, which is totally abandoning the whole kind of system, and it means that a lot of smaller clubs will be affected by this, and it's not just one little thing that will just mean that they go off and do their own thing. It's a big thing, and it also has really startled the UEFA because, I mean, there's a big lawsuit seemingly coming from UEFA, and also they've said that any people who actually go and play for them aren't allowed to play in any international tournaments. So that is very unfair, and it's unfair on the players because the players don't have a choice on whether or not they're allowed to stay in their respected leagues. So yeah, and if that happens, then I don't know what will happen with the whole kind of thing, and it also means that the Premier League will be just a second division that nobody's really seemingly that bothered about because it's not going to get that much money anymore, and it's just going to be a bit like a second division, which it really shouldn't be. And all the lower league clubs are really going to get affected because nobody's really going to be giving them the money anymore, because if the Premier League and the EFL start losing money, then they're not going to have the money to give out to like League 2 and League 1 and even Championship sides. So it's a real mess, and I really don't agree with it, and I do hope that it doesn't happen because it will just ruin football, and it's just going to make football just a money sport, which is something that you really don't want to see. But that is my opinion on it. If you have any disagreements of my opinion, put that in the comment section below. If you agree with me, please put that in the comment section below, just so I know that I'm not just waffling. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you are new around here and you have not yet subscribed, please do so. And thanks for watching.